Good morning and happy Saturday. So I was looking at the AI description of Tom Mannion real-time watercolor painting, and they didn't know that I work with Trekell brushes. So today I'm trying to say I'm working with Trekell brushes. They're not the cheapest brushes around, and I have used Princeton recently, and that I think they're a little bit less expensive, and I was super happy with the Princeton. Whatever. Anyway, I just wanted AI to, come to the realization I'm using Trekell brushes. Um, Before I got the Trekell brushes, I was just using any old brush. I was sort of learning as I go on the watercolor, and then my sweet daughter got me a set of Trekell brushes because that is the brush that Mab Graves recommends, and she's a big fan. Anyway, where are we here? Uh, so things are coming along okay. I noticed a really nasty mistake here. You know, this jar's got a lip, and I failed to put the lip, so that's kind of a unfortunate eventuality. So I don't know how that's going to proceed. We are at a point in this painting as we approach 3 hours that a mistake like that looks like a pretty big deficiency. Anyway, things I don't like about the painting is this does not really look like it's stuck in the back. It looks much too forward. I'm not really sure how to fix that, but that's what we're going to try to address over time. And, as I've been complaining that this turned out to be wood pulp paper is another unfortunate thing. Anyway, I warmed up today by trying to paint in this area and this area, and it looks pretty dumb, but it's better than nothing. I mean, this right here is a good effect. I mean, this does look like a towel, and this does look like it's behind. I don't like the transition here. But, I tried to go warm here, cool here, because warm comes close and cool goes far. And, just the transition is not that great. So, anyway, it's good to, warm up before you do, important strokes, I guess. And I think to start with, I really like the way the glass is coming out, but there's a lot of white areas in the glass that shouldn't be there. Another thing here is, this I would say is the approximate angle where I'm actually looking. And while basically we got this single white source, which was my guide for the shadows, and that's how I came up with this thing here. And single light source is always better than this other lamp I have here, which is like 200 LED bulbs. Excuse me. And anyway, but actually this shadow that's right here, that's like a triangle right there, and it comes up, I kind of like that shadow too. So I'm debating about just sort of doing a combination of both lighting sources. And because I think that this right here, if we get that looking good, then it'll really help us with the depth and the glass. So why don't we start out trying to do that? Because there's a lot of white area in the glass, and it's great that we left the white area in there so long, but we're getting to a point where we gotta start covering all the paper with I got fresh paper towels today, so I guess I can't even find my previous towel. I thought it was a pretty amusing towel, but oh, here it is. So that was my previous towel. I really got a lot of mileage out of that one. All right, now, so anyway, we're gonna try to do this like abstract triangle that's sitting right here, and you know, basically with like, well, let's see. And then there's like a bunch of highlights right here, like boom, 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 boom. There's highlights. That is the lightest thing in the pose. And there it is again. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you can see it from your angle, but there's some really sparkling white highlights here. We might just do that with the enamel pen. We'll see. Especially like to use the enamel pen, but so to start with, I think we want to do this shade this right here. This is seen through two layers of glass. There's the front layer and the back layer, and the shadow is on the, you know, under here behind two layers of glass. So that's a consideration. The shadow is kind of like a triangle. Just gonna do an illustration of what the shadow actually is. So it's like here's the thing of the glass, and then there's like here, it's shaped kind of like this, and this part here is between two layers of glass, and up here there's one, and that's between one layer of glass, and then here's that towel like this, and you know, the towel, we already pretty much got the towel there. So and then there's a little bit here, and so we want kind of a cool color for that, and then just to exaggerate, then the front of the glass, you know, is like here, where it is actually a cool color in our reference, but and so I'm going to do a little thing here, front of the glass. So anyway, and then there's the bottom of the glass. But anyway, this right here, this area right here is what we're trying to do. So let's jump right in and try it out. Ready? Here goes. We really got to leave that white area right here, so I'm going to start right there. And so there we go. And then this is going to go down here. All right, so that's good. It's faint. Let's try to go right here. We are trying to keep the some kind of highlight in the front of the glass there. That looks okay. Now let's see about bring it down here. And did I already complain once about how this is wood pulp paper? Pan the camera to your angle when you are done. Sound quality is poor. Hey, this is the iPhone 16. It's supposed to have improved sound quality with the microphone and all of that. Anyway, this is the approximate angle that I'm looking at. And this is the single light source, which I use to derive this shadow right there. And now I am going to try to get this shadow in there, which is not present in the single light source, but I thought I liked the shadow, and I thought that would help us with our rendering of the glass. And your sound quality poor. Sorry about that. You know, I got a microphone somewhere. I'm gonna have a vision of a really competent OCC setup where there's little squares, like the palette is in one square. You can see the paint mixing process. It's a finished product, a photo of the reference from the angle you see it, but I don't know how to improve it, really. Do you know how to improve it on an iPhone 16? You would think that you could get a, you know, warmth or something like that, put it on warm setting, but you know, I'm doing the simple process right now. All right, anyway, we did that triangle. Now I want to go up here, and this is a Primatech color right here. That's it's like a Primatech blue, but I have mixed it in with some various other colors because we don't want to be doing straight from the tube any colors. So anyway, where were we? We're right here. We're trying to do this. So I'm going to try to go right here. And this, that is like too dark, but what I'm going to do is lift some paint off in a minute there. And this kind of there. Okay, now I'm going to I squish the water out of the brush, but not the paint. Now I'm just going to lift off this stuff here. So now we got a more subtle thing happening there. And then this hard edge right here, I don't really like that. And just take out that hard edge. Make this a little bit softer. That looks great. All right. Wow, talk about glassy, huh? Anyway, so yeah, I'm open to suggestions on how to improve the sound. I think a real camera is good. I do have this thing. Just like a real camera. Whoops. Well, I don't know. I can't get it over here by it right now, but it's a real camera that is made just for this, but requires some setup. So anyway, next, you can see at the bottom there, I have tried to hint to that at the bottom. This right here is a highlight. I think I'm going to do a little bit of a very faint, cool blue to go in here. And you know, that's too intense, the brush is too dry, but I got the color down. So let's just go here. I don't know if that's good or not. I'm gonna try to make that fade into nothing. It's good, it faded into nothing. The actual color we want there is more of a gray. So I just made it more subtle. And that looks really stupid, but let's see if we can fix it up. I'm gonna lean into a more of a gray. It still looks dumb. It needs that sharp point right there. That might be okay, I don't know. And now I'm gonna make it lighter right here. There, now we got it faded into nothing. I don't know if that's good or not. I don't think it's good, but whatever. We gotta lay down some paint, so let's just keep at it. Down here we had been working a little, so I'm gonna try to get a warm gray, but this serious gray, but just a hint of warm. I guess that's kind of like a warm gray there. Maybe a little bit too warm. See about this color here, put it in there. That's called neutral tint. Okay, that's a nice color, but it just needs a little more personality. So let me try this right here. I used to have a really good, you know, map about the name of all these colors, which was great, but I don't know where it went. So suspicious. Maybe that must be that cat came in and disrupted everything. This one here is called Lunar Blue, and so we got this very nice subtle gray that was trying to be warm, and now we're trying to just make it a little bit more sophisticated. So we're mixing blue in, but as soon as we think it is lost its warm. So that looks warm. Okay. So this is to do this area right here in the front where we started yesterday. And let's just see, I'm gonna try to do the bottom edge here, critical juncture. Okay, I'm gonna leave this white right there. I think that's gonna help out to have that there. And I'm gonna just go right here. It's a really important stroke because we're doing the lower edge of the glass. So we really want that to look good, right? And then let's just put put a little bit here. We don't want any single line going anywhere, and so I broke this line up because you know, I mean, we could very easily just put big outlines everywhere, and you know, it would just change the personality of our work too much for my taste. And how about if we just put a little right here, even though it's not really. So I like that, but I want to put some water and just soften it a little bit. So does that look good? Hard to say. Now I'm gonna blot it up and then say, okay, it's a subtle shadow. And you know, we definitely would like, you know, this to be, you know, broke up like, you know, so it's like here's the side of that cup, and you know, this is the side of the glass. So it's good if this is like up and this is like down, since that's the side of the glass. It's gonna help to emphasize the oh, that's cute. Emphasize the difference in the glass. So it's like that and this, and then this is the clear glass right here. So having this broke up like that helps to say hello. This is looking through glass. Okay. So what about, I'm tempted to just go right here also, see if that works out. And that's not good, this little dot, so let's see if we can get rid of that dot. Okay. Alright, not exactly what I had in mind, but it looks close enough, I guess. It does look distorted, right? And this white area here, I don't know about that. Maybe we should be going up there, I don't know. We'll just save that for later. Anyway, that looks okay. Now I'm gonna just sitting there kind of like dry. I'm just gonna paint like water everywhere here. I'll leave that as a highlight, and you know, I did leave this white area right here, and at some point we'll probably put some muted tone in there, but for now we're just trying to say in riveting detail high on that towel that is right there. And this looks a little weird. I'm going to try to soften that a little bit, and let's see if we can just lift a little of that up. Okay, that's probably better. And this right here is a pretty big area of a single color. I don't like that, but at some point we gotta change that. Now for this shadow, let's see if it can go a little bit softer. This is cotton paper. This would already be soft as a baby's bottom, but it's not, so we're working with what we got. That looks okay. I think if we look at I still like always trying to challenge yourself together. It looks good, keep at it. Okay. So anyway, let's look at this area right here. I think it looks great, and if anything, is more advanced in sophistication than just about everything else in the painting. So time to move around to some other part of the painting, I would say. Otherwise, that's going to look great, and everything else is going to look like, you know, a kid did it. Nothing, nothing wrong with being a kid, of course. In fact, I wish I was a kid, but not a kid. Okay, anyway, where are we at? We were kind of working on like this area here. I hate to put a blue here, but I'm going to just see about right here. Put a blue just because we are trying to say, hi, I'm shiny, I'm sparkling, I'm glassy, and run right there too, a little dot of blue. I don't know if that's good or not, but you know, we're trying to lay down some paint here. Now I'm going to take some water and maybe try connect or soften the this you know, thing we put at the bottom. And how about if we go try to get a more of a gradation here And if that, I don't know if that's good, it's not too bad. And let's see about just lift off some of this, lift off a little of that. That looks stupid. Okay. We did sort of, you know, if you look back a few videos, this corner of the glass was very weak, but now I think we're coming back, bouncing back to a good spot. This definitely needs a dark line right here, but since everything's all wet right there, we're gonna hold off on that dark line. Now we should do something else. What else is happening here? You know, I was saying that the whole this whole area really does not look as far behind as it should. I'm gonna look up how to get it to look farther behind. I think a big shade, I don't know, would just leave a couple little highlights here and there might help. What color do you do the big shade? No idea. What happened to my big fat brush anyway? Well, here's this. Well, why don't we just, oh, thank you for 2 thumbs up. We're trying to get, looks good, just keep at it. Yeah, that's it. Hey, Source Connection, I appreciate the comments. And Normil, thank you for your comments. And Gus, thanks for the comment. Zoe, super appreciate the compliment. And DH Yo-Yos, hi back to you. Thank you for the greeting. And anyone got a loose thumbs up, they could drop on me. I'm trying to get 9 thumbs up. 8 is my record, and so always hot for any thumbs up I can get. All right, now we're gonna get bold and just do this area, because you know, the metallic object, shiny stuff. Right, here goes. So I really like what we have so far. So let's just jump in and see what we can get. So let's start out with this gray that we used for this, but let's do it with more intensity. And you know, this is our real area to, we can really mess up the painting by doing a bad job here. So we'll start out with this, the dark that's up here. And I'm not really sure what to say about the, how I messed up the, I'm gonna go blue now on top of this, because this is the rear area of the, you know, metallic stuff, and that's not even a very strong blue. I'm gonna try to get more power in the blue right here. Okay, that's definitely got a lot of blue. We want the blue there because blue is gonna fall behind red. Here's our red, there's our blue. This is a rear area. It's so important to have that. So now I'm gonna get bold here and just go here, and now I'm gonna sort of like soften this here, at least one side. And so this, I mean, it's just essential that this looks like it's, you know, inside. This gotta look profoundly like it's in front of that. So anyway, that's why we picked blue. All right, next let's go lean into a similar blue. So here I'm just getting a similar blue going. And you know, we don't want all one tone. If we were looking for metallic, you know, we need some various tones. So let's see about get a better edge right here. And we don't want any single lines, which I just did a line, but let's see, I'm gonna go heavy now. That might look pretty horrible. Let's see in a second. about that. And looks terrible. Let's see, now I'm gonna go. So that's a warm color. It's probably not a good idea to put it there, but gotta lay down some paint here, right? So I'm gonna see about lifting off some of this. That's better. Make this a smoother transition. And then once again, I gotta say, now that I messed up the lip of the glass, the cup, and we are really leaning into poetic license a lot more than I wish we were doing. Let's see about take this out. Okay, that's nice. All right, hopefully down the road that's going to be a good thing in there. Let's see if we can do the same thing right there, which we can't because we painted this so long ago. Oh, that's not too bad right there. And let's see right here, we're going to do like a super faint blue, which I want to have a gradation going darker on this side and lighter to the left. So there I just put some watery paint on, and now let's just see if we can make it fade over there, and it's fading fine. Here we want dark, but what dark to put? Let's see. I'm gonna take that same gray we had, but I'm gonna lean heavily into the lunar blue, which is a Payne's gray that has a blue lean. And here we go. You can see the way that paint is behaving right there, and that is our wood pulp paper at work messing with us. But you know, we already got so many hours on this thing. You know, let's just keep going. All right, so here I'm gonna try to go a little bit bold right there. And that's nice, but let's get rid of some of it. And okay, so this, try to go a little bit heavier right there. And I don't know. And we need something over here. I'm gonna go try to get back into this French ultramarine. Is very intense blue. I don't really care for it here. I mixed it with some of our gray. Let's just see about covering some of this. I don't know if that's really going to be metallic. We might be messing this whole thing up right now. Oh, and there's this highlight right there. I forgot about the highlight. We should really get rid of this if we can. Anyway, that was the highlight. All right, anyway, now let's see. Let's see if we can, I think it looked more metallic before, but we're going to find out. Let's see. Let's see about here. That's good. This we can maybe bring up here just slightly. And while we're here, let's just try to come here a little bit. That is suck, but hopefully we can get a better edge by redoing this shadow right here. In fact, that shadow looks terrible. I don't know how I left that shadow there like that. This see about taking off some of this paint. Well, it's sort of coming off, so that's a good plus. Okay, cool. Here I'm just rubbing this with this benign benign color, and that is we are getting rid of a little bit of that paint. So critical area sitting right here next to the rim of the cup. We can't have some unpleasant form right there, so close to the cup. And now it's not really coming off, but if this was cotton paper, it would be probably coming off by now. Hi, Maylee Ann. Thanks a lot for stopping by. Anybody got a thumbs up they could spare? Oh, I guess in the video it looks pretty metallic. I don't know. In a way, it looks metallic in a way. It needs some super darks. I guess we saw, we have developed the metallic. We saw before and after. You'd probably say, oh wow, a lot of development in the metallic. I'm going to see about softening this a little bit. And you just try to, I've got a puddle of paint there now on there. I mean a puddle of watery paint. And I'm just going to leave it there for a minute and I squish the water out of the brush. I'm going to try to get the inside to go away, and this is not really in the right place. Let's just see about, I hate to have a line, I don't like any lines, but I guess I can make an exception right there. Critical area, and this I think we can just soften it a little bit so it sort of disappears. And I don't know if that's softer. And this is, that's bad. Did I just do that right now? Oh, it's terrible. Okay. That is really horrible. I hate that. I'm going to see if I can get rid of the whole thing. I mean, I guess it was an improvement, but what's next? Well, let's see. I guess we are hurtling towards the metallic look in there. And, we probably need more richness out in this thing. We have been carefully doing the glass, and I think we made a big advancement. Let's say 3 minutes. Come on. So yeah, I think that looks pretty metallic. Anybody? Onion is looking pretty oniony. I think that it's a really nice example of a watercolor onion there. Clear glass. I guess it looks like a clear glass. And the towel, well, we're struggling with the towel, and let's take a break and go have some coffee. Art fun. Stop back for the next installment of this thrilling